Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to my channel, where we explore the wonderful nature of watercolors. In this video, I would like to show you how I sketched the beautiful California coast on a serene and overcast day. I often travel to Pescadero on weekends with my family, and during one of those trips, I decided to stop our car so we could stand on the rugged cliffs overlooking the California coast. When we stood there, we were enveloped by a cool, misty air. It was a day when the boundary between sea and sky blurred into a seamless canvas. The salty breeze brushed against my face, carrying the whispers of countless maritime stories. First, please let me introduce you to the tools I used to help me capture this coastal scenery. I picked my sketchbook with 140 pounds of cold, pressed cotton watercolor paper, which was perfect for capturing coastal intricate details and its atmosphere. To loosely sketch the scene, I used a simple 3B pencil, and of course my palette of watercolors. I used my 48 half pans watercolor palette. I use it when I want to have access to a broad range of colors. Over time, I added several colors to this palette, and I will introduce you to some of them while I paint. As for brushes, I used size 12 and 8 round brushes and a small Yasutomo calligraphy brush, 2 mugs of clean water, and a small towel. Here you see me loosely applying the strokes using wet-on-wet technique, meaning I first pre-wetted the paper with water and then started applying the loaded size 12 brush with the variations of the following colors: cobalt blue, manganese violet, and ultramarine blue. Here I took a moment to think about how to depict the soft, diffused light and a misty, slightly present horizon, where the sky gently blankets the ocean. While the pigments are still wet on paper, I want to continue moving the paints to avoid creating hard edges in my first wash. As I move on to depict the coastal cliffs, I chose raw sienna to set the warmth of the earth. As I traced the contours of the coastline with my eyes, I marveled at the intricate patterns etched by wind and water, and the ocean's ability to shape and reshape the land with each passing tide. It was a reminder that change was the only constant here, and that the coast was a living, breathing entity. So I tried not to overlook the beauty of the subdued palette of the coastal cliffs, overgrown with plants on an overcast day. To depict the coastal vegetation, I decided to use the variation of Prussian green, transparent yellow, raw sienna, burnt sienna, cadmium red, and cobalt blue. Here you see me establishing the foreground with a mix of Prussian green, transparent yellow, and cadmium red light. At the end of this video, you'll see me reaching for an undersea green as well, to create a more profound, moody variation of greens. While standing on the coast that day, I saw plants that had adapted to the relentless sea winds and intermittent sunshine. Their leaves felt hardy and resilient to touch. After all, they needed to be that way in order to protect themselves against the ocean's relentless winds. Their roots appeared clinging tenaciously to the rocky soil. Soon you will see how long it really takes me to come up with a satisfying variation of colors. I often use a piece of paper to see how these variations look in a swatch format before I apply them onto my painting. Here you see me testing the color combinations such as Prussian green with added manganese violet and proceeding with an added cobalt blue. All three of these colors are cool, and I thought they would be suitable for depicting the distant hills. Once I was satisfied with the mix, I proceeded with pre-wetting the paper before applying the pigments. This way, I try to create diffused outlines of distant hills. Amid the sea of greens, there were bursts of dry, yellow, orangey bushes and twigs that added a fiery contrast to the landscape. With their earthy tones, these bushes were like strokes of desert gold against the lush green backdrop, a reminder of the arid landscapes further inland. The shifting weather of the California coast only added to the drama of this scene. One moment the sun would cast a warm golden glow on the landscape, illuminating the greenery and coaxing the wildflowers to bloom. But in the blink of an eye, the fog would roll in, shrouding everything in a cool, misty embrace. It was as if the plants and wildflowers were in constant dance with the elements, adapting and evolving with every passing moment. And then there were the wildflowers, a testament to nature's resilience in the face of fast-shifting weather. These delicate blooms, painted in shades of red, purple, and gold, sprouted defiantly from the coastal soil. They seemed to thrive on the edge of uncertainty, swaying in the sea breeze with an elegant grace. As I walked along the coastal path, I couldn't help but be humbled by the resilience and beauty of these plants. They reminded me of a never-ending cycle of life, growth, and survival. In their variations of deep greens, dry yellows, and vibrant wildflower hues, they told me the story of the California coast, a story of beauty, strength, and unyielding adaptability. As I attempted to paint the rugged cliffs, I couldn't help but feeling in awe of these timeless masterpieces, sculptured by the elements. These cliffs are the living testaments to the raw power of nature. As I gazed out over the steep edges, I tried to uncover the hidden story these cliffs had to tell me. The cliffs, ancient and weathered, stood tall and imposing. Yet, their very existence was a testament to the ceaseless dance between land and sea. It was the shifting weather that breathed life into these rugged cliffs. The ever-changing coastal climate painted a dynamic portrait, one moment bathed in brilliant sunlight, the next obscured by the mysterious embrace of a coastal fog. And let us not forget the wind. The winds, like unseen sculptors, had their part to play. Over time, their gentle, fierce gusts had etched intricate patterns into the cliff surface. The cliff's faces displayed intricate grooves and ridges, a testament to the enduring partnership between wind and stone. But it was the relentless ocean waves that were the true architects of this coastal area. With each thunderous crush, the waves wore away at the cliff's foundations, carving out caverns and sea caves. The cliffs, though formidable, were not invincible. The ocean, with its ceaseless determination, had sculptured these towering giants into their current form. As I stood on the edge of the precipice, I felt a profound sense of awe and humility. The California coast's rugged cliffs were not merely rocks. They were storytellers, bearing witness to the web and flow of time itself. you see my mind wander and my watercolor brush dance on the paper, guided by the ever-changing inspiration of the coastal scene. With each stroke, I aim to capture the intricate variations of yellows, browns, and the moody, muted greens that blanketed this coastal landscape. It's a delicate dance, an attempt to translate the essence of this place onto the paper surface. I'm not just painting, I'm trying to tell a story of this place I hold dear in my heart. I'm weaving a narrative with my brush, trying to convey the resilience and grace of the coastal vegetation. With every brushstroke, I strive to capture the essence of these resilient plants. The deep, natural greens that shimmer with vitality, the yellow-orangey bushes that add a touch of warmth to the scene, and the wildflowers that defy the fast-shifting weather with their colorful blooms. It's a symphony of life, a testament to the enduring beauty of the California coast. As I continue to paint, I can't help but feel a profound connection to this landscape. It's not just a place, it's a living, breathing entity with its own stories to tell. It reminds me that, like these coastal plants, we too have the capacity to adapt, to find strength in the face of adversity, and to thrive in the most challenging of environments. In my watercolors, I hope to capture not just the visual beauty, but also the spirit of the place. It's a tribute to the tenacity of life and a celebration of the timeless dance between nature and art. With this painting, I wanted to tell you this story of resilience because I, too, experience constant challenges with my health every day. Just as the coastal plants cling to the rocky soil, I strive to hold on to this amazing life and continue to create works for all of you and be part of your creative lives too. The act of painting, like the relentless survival of these coastal plants, has become my sanctuary. It's where I find solace, purpose, and sense of connection to the world around me. It's a reminder that despite the challenges that life throws our way, there is beauty to be found. And there is strength within us to keep moving forward. So thank you for watching my video where I painted the coastal scene, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my love for this place and for art with you. Your support and engagement mean more to me than words can express. Together we continue to find inspiration and resilience in the most unexpected places. So thank you, and until next time.